I guess it's a little bigger than an event now. I guess you could really call it a festival at this point, especially after the Unknown Void Cat Bank started sponsoring it. It really brought a lot of attention to it. So honestly, it's a lot more of a festival at this point with how big it is now. How many different businesses are participating and how many tourists and just random people and cats living in the city, talking cats living in the city have decided to check out the festival now. Honestly, it was only meant to be a small event. I don't think I don't think the casino here was even supposed to participate. I think they might have been doing like a small stand, but besides that, I don't think they were participating that strongly. But after it kind of like blew up and everybody kind of had their eyes on the festival, the casino really decided to like throw this big thing, like this big stand, this whole big thing at the festival where all the employees went there and they're hosting all these different games and stuff and holding a bunch of different bets and everything. And well, as you can see, there isn't really any customers or other employees here right now because they all left to go to the festival. All the other employees are helping out with the festival with that, all those games I mentioned, all those bets, and I mean, I'm only here because somebody had to stay behind, and I was the one chosen, so I had to stay behind, watch over the place. And so the casino's actually closed right now. Honestly, I'm not quite sure how you got in here. I guess one of the other employees probably left the door open. That's probably what it is. I don't think you broke in, right? You didn't break in. You good? Okay. I was a little worried there for a second, but I mean, I doubt you would just walk up to an employee if you were breaking in. So I assumed that one of the employees must have forgotten to lock the door somehow, but yeah, the place is kind of closed right now. So I would recommend that maybe you go to another casino, but I don't think any of the other casinos are open right now. At least as far as I know, I'm pretty sure all the other casinos are also participating in the festival, just like our casino. I don't think that they're open either, so you can't really go to them. And I would recommend the festival. Like, honestly, I'd recommend you just go to the festival. But you are here to gamble, right? I know you said you came here to gamble. I mean, you came to a casino, but is that like for sure what you want to do, or are you just kind of here on vacation maybe, and like you just decided to go to the casino because of something to do, or did you like really want to gamble? Oh, okay, I see. So you did in fact want to gamble, okay. Well then, I would have recommended you go to the festival, but you can't really gamble there as well, how do I say this? Not to judge, okay, not to judge you, but I work at and some of the other casinos as, well, you remember how I said that the festival kind of blew up and got really big and became a festival instead of like a small event that the city was holding. And how the reason why it became so big was because the unknown Void Cat Bank started sponsoring the event. Well, because of that, all of the casinos, including the one I'm working at, kind of anticipated that there would probably be a lot of more rich tourists coming and a lot of like potentially wealthy business owners or business managers coming down to the festival since the Unknown Void Cat Bank is sponsoring it, and they might want to check out the festival and see why. So, because of that, a lot of the games that are being held are kind of catering to a richer audience, a richer kind of customer. So, I don't want to judge, but I don't know if you're really gonna be like able to afford to participate in these kind of bets and these kind of games are being held because they're I don't know the exact number that the bets are gonna be because I'm here on I'm not helping out with the games, but I did overhear from one of my coworkers that the starting bets and a lot of the games they're holding are in the like high thousands. I mean, I even heard one of them was like up to 10K for a starting bet. So I don't know if you're planning on spending that much money, because that kind of requires like a very more rich kind of VIP customer to spend that level on just a starting bet. I mean, it can multiply multiple times above the starting bet depending on how the games are going. So I don't think you're planning on spending like 10K, or at least at the bare minimum a few thousand on games, on like betting and games and stuff, right? Yeah. I do apologize. I don't want to be mean, but I just kind of could tell that you weren't like, the kind of VIP customers that we get here that spend thousands and thousands in just a few hours. So anyways, I do apologize. I don't really think there's any games you could bet on right now, any casinos you could really go to, as they're all closed and you can't really go to the festival with how it is right now. So I do apologize, but I mean, as far as I know, we're gonna be open again tomorrow. The festival is only gonna be 1 day long, so if you want, you can come tomorrow if that's okay with you. What's that? It's your last day of vacation. Ooh, that sucks. I mean, yeah, if it's your last day, you wouldn't really be able to go to any of the casinos, as they're gonna only open by the time you're like leaving. That's a bit of a problem for you. If you don't mind me asking, is this your first time in this city? It is. It's your first time coming here. You were coming down for vacation. Okay then. Well, okay, here's what we're gonna do. This slot machines, roulettes, anything. But here's the thing. I actually am the dealer for Blackjack. Well, one of the Blackjack tables, not all of them, but I am one of the dealers at one of the Blackjack tables. So here's what we do. If you're okay with it, we can play a small game of Blackjack, just the two of us, okay? Of course, we can't put any big bets because I mean this isn't like an official game, and because of that I want to keep it kind of small, okay? Just like a small fun thing, okay? So we're just gonna have like a small fun game, maybe betting a few dollars, but if you're okay with that, so we can play like a simple game of Blackjack. I just don't want you to, end the day not even getting a taste of the casino experience, okay? But are you alright with that? Does that sound nice? You are? Good, good, good. Well then, before we start, I know this isn't like a regular day at the casino, and it's just gonna be a small fun game, but since we're still betting money, even if it's like a small amount, I would still like to check your ID. I just don't feel like it'd be right to be playing a game of blackjack and having us bet money if you couldn't even play at the casino regularly if it was a regular day. So if you don't mind, you did bring your ID, right? I mean, you were coming to the casino. You do have it, right? Okay, okay, good, good. Can you just hand that over, please? Thank you, thank you. Let me just check it real quick. shuffle up the deck. I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle the deck, okay? Make sure it's all ready, so just sit tight for 1 second. It shouldn't take too long at all, okay? So let me just grab the deck right here and there we go. All nice and shuffled. Let me just set this down right here and let us begin the first game. Okay, so for the first game, no bets, okay? No bets just yet, as I would like to go ahead and just do a small practice game just to explain some of the rules and the basics just in case you don't know. I don't know your exact experience, and just in case that maybe you have played but maybe you forgot some of the rules, just in case, I'm gonna go ahead and explain some of them for you, okay? So, starting off, I'll go ahead and explain the basics. Well, I assume you know what kind of cards a deck of cards has, just in case you do not. I do not want you to have a bad time by not understanding exactly how the game works, okay? So, first I will start with the basics. I'll try not to take too long because I don't want to waste your time too much, but first up, in a deck of cards like this, you will have, there's 4 suits. There is a suit of diamonds, a suit of hearts, a suit of spades, and a suit of clubs. And in those suits, each suit has a set of cards that range from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And also face cards like the king, the queen, and the jack. And then also they have an ace. Now these cards in Blackjack have a specific value, a number attached to them. So the cards with numbers on them, the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, all are worth the number on them. So a 2 is worth 2 points, a 3, 3, a 5, 5, and a 10, 10. All of them are worth the number on the card. But when it comes to the face card, to the king, the queen, and the jack, explain the actual game of blackjack itself, let us first get started by dealing the cards. So, to start off, what I will do is I will grab this deck of cards right here, and then I will deal cards. So what I will do is I will first give you this one card right here, face up, and as you can see, it is the Ace of Diamonds. And then next, I will give myself one card, also face up, and it is the Five of Hearts. And then, following that, I will give you your second card, which is the Six of Hearts. But lastly, to finish off the dealing, I will give myself a second card, but this one will be face down. And the reason for this is because we're going to be playing a very simple version of blackjack, but because this is a casino, and while the casino may not be open, I would still like to give you a bit of that casino experience. So instead of us playing as two simple players against each other, we will be instead playing as you, the player, and me, the dealer. So your two cards that I deal will be face up, while my two cards will have one face up and the second one face down. Okay. And whenever you bet in a later actual round, the way betting will work is that whenever you bet money on a round, if you were to win that round, I will double the cash you bet, versus if you were to lose, I will take said bet. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay, good. Well then, now that we have that dealt with, let us move on to your turn. Okay? So, what you're going to be doing is, whenever it is your turn, after the cards have been dealt, you have two things that you can do. You can either choose to hit, and what that means is I will deal you another card, or you can choose to stand, and what that will do is it will end your turn, and then we'll move on to my turn, and then after I stand, the game is over. That round is over, okay? But you can hit as many times as you want before you stand. It's just once you stand, it's gonna move on to my turn, okay? But the purpose behind hitting, trying to hit and get more cards, is that the whole purpose is that your goal is to get as close to 21 as you can without going over. If you were to go over, that would be a immediate loss. But what you want to do is you want to try to get the closest to 21 without going over. And so you want to beat me. For example, if I had 14 points, you would want to have 15 or more points without going over 21. You want to have more, you want to be closer to 21 than me without going over. Okay, so as you can see, right now you have a ace of diamonds and a six of hearts. So you currently have 17 points. Okay, or 7 points. As remember, the ace can be both a 11 and a 1. Okay, so what would you like to do? Would you like to hit, or would you like to draw? Okay, so you would like to hit. Let me give you a card then. So since you've chosen to hit, I will give you this one card, extra card, and it is a 9 of clovers. So, the thing about this is, as you can see, previously you had 17 points. With the ace being 11 points, you would have 17 points. But, now that you drew a 9, this brings you over. Now you would have 26 points. So, because of that, you would be over 21. That would be a loss. So, because of that, you need to have your ace be worth 1 point now. So now, instead of having 26 points, you now have 16. So you understand how understand why it is good to have the ace be both 11 or 1. And like the situations where you might want to be 11, might want to be 1. As you can see here, 11 can be good to get those high points, to get closer to 21. But in the circumstance that maybe it's too much and you accidentally go over 21, luckily, because it's an ace, you can change it back to a 1. And this will protect you from going over. And instead, you're now back down to 16. But now, again, would you like to hit again? Or would you like to now stand? Okay, so you would like to draw, or you would like to hit once again. Okay, I will do exactly that for you then. Here is your next card, and it is a King of Diamonds. Unfortunate. Now, because of that, you have 26 points, so you are over 21. Now, usually that would mean an automatic loss for you, and I would go ahead and reveal my second card that is face down, and then I would, after so, end the match as your loss, as since you went over 21, that makes you automatically lose, no matter what my cards are. as a dealer, I have a similar thing, but unlike you, as the player, you can hit as many times as you want, keep going and going and going. You can have like 20 points, only a single point away from 21, and still continue to draw until you go over 21. But as a dealer, I instead follow a more specific set of rules. You see, as a dealer, if you are under 17 points, you have to keep hitting until you have at least 17 points. And then, once you have 17 points or more, you have to stand there. So, to give an example, I have 15 points, so I would have to draw. I would have to hit, get another card, and if that were to, let's say, be a 2 or more, and that got me 17 or more points, I would have to stop there. No matter whether I have 17 or I have 18, 19, 20, 21. Once I go over 17 or 17 and more, I have to stop. But if I were to draw a 1 and have 16 points, I would have to draw a second time to get to that 17 or more marker. Okay, so you understand? A dealer has to keep drawing if they're under 17, but the minute they have 17 or more, they have to stop. Okay, but as I currently have 15, I have to draw. So, but okay. Now let me go ahead and proceed to my turn so you can see it in action. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and draw as I have under 17. And what I draw is a 6 of clover. A 6 of clover, which means I have 21 points. So that would be a win for me. If you had less than 21 points, of course, since you went over 21 points, that would usually already be your loss, but since this was a practice round, I went ahead and took my turn. But now that we've done this practice round, you do understand now how to play the game, right? I mean, you probably knew already, but I wanted to make sure, just in case. But are you ready for an actual round with actual betting involved? You are? Good, good. Well then, let us go ahead and get started. So, what I'm gonna do real quick, let me just pick up the cards and I'm gonna set these to the side in the discard pile. Right over here. And then, now, so here's how betting is gonna work. As I mentioned earlier, when you bet, if you win, you will double your bets, but if you lose, you will lose said bets. But also, the way you're gonna bet is, you're gonna bet before the round starts, okay? So, right now, you can go ahead and place your bet before we deal the cards, or well, before I deal the cards. So, what would you like to bet? Okay, okay. You would like to bet $1. Good, good, good. Okay, so you can just keep that right next to you for now. And once again, So you will get back your $1 and an extra $1 because you got, a $2 win. But if you lose, I will be taking that $1. Okay. But anyways, let us begin the first actual game. Okay. So once again, I will be starting by first giving you your card face up. Your first card face up, which is a Jack of Hearts. And then I will give myself my first card face up, which is a Jack of Spades. Interesting, we both started with a Jack. Now I will return to you, and I will deal you your second card, which is a four of diamonds. And then I will deal my second card that is face down, so we will not know what it is for now. But now that the cards are dealt, let us begin. Would you like to hit and get another card, or would you like to stand and end your turn? You currently have 14 points with your Jack and 4 of Hearts. So you would like to draw. Okay, good, good, good. I will get to that for you. Let us see exactly what card you will get. And it is a 6 of spades. So you now have 20 points. So, would you like to hit again? Or would you like to stand? Okay, you would like to stand. Understandable. You are very, very close to 21, but now I will reveal my card that is face down, and it is a 5 of diamonds. So I have a Jack and a 5 for a total of 15 points again. But let me draw, and it is a ace of spades, which brings me to a total of 16 points, as the ace will have to be a 1. But now let me draw another card, as I'm still below 17. And the card is a 5 of clover, which totals to 21 points. So that is my victory by 1 point. So unfortunately, that is your loss this time. So I will have to take your $1, and I will set it by my side. Okay. But don't feel too bad, okay? That was only the first game. You still got plenty of time to win, okay? But I'll go ahead and collect the cards and once again set them in the discard pile. Now, what would you like to bet this time for the second game? $1 again. said, do not worry. 2 games is nothing. You still got plenty of time to succeed. You'll probably get it next game. Just keep on going. Okay. 2 bad games are nothing. They ain't nothing, okay? But now, next game. What would you like to bet this time? Another $1, or would you like to increase your bet? Another $1. Okay, okay. Makes sense. Keeping it small until you get your first win. Makes sense. Getting your practice in. I understand, but let me deal out the cards. So, for your first card, you have a 3 of diamonds. And for my first card, I have a 9 of spades. Okay, now for your second card, you will have a Jack of clover. I see, I see. And then for my second card, we will have another face down card. Now, once again, would you like to hit, or would you like to stand? You currently have 13 points. I see, you would like to hit. Well then, let us see what you will get. And what you have gotten is a 8 of hearts, for a total of 21 points. Very, very good, but with that, I assume you do not want to hit again. I mean, you already got 21 points, but yeah, you don't. Good then. Let us move on to my turn, where I will reveal my card. And what it is a 5 of clover, for a total of 14 points. So, let me draw another card, and what I draw is a King of Spades. And with that, I have gone over 21. So, it is your win. Congratulations on your first win. With that, I will take one of the dollars I have over here, and I will give it back to you alongside the dollar that you bet. So here you go. You can take it. Congratulations. Okay. Now let us move on to the fourth game. So, what exactly would you like to bet this time? Another $1, or... Oh, I see. You would like to bet $2 this time. Getting a little higher now, aren't you? A bit more confident after your first win. I see, but So it is, unfortunately, your loss. So I must take your $2 bets and place it over here. Now let me put back these cards into the discard pile, and we can begin another game where perhaps you can get back the money you lost. But wait. Oh no. It seems that we may not actually be able to have another game. Unfortunately, I just remembered that I do have to clean the place. I do have to clean out. I have to clean the casino before the other employees get back in. With the amount of time we've been spending on, with the amount of time we spent on this blackjack game, I'm pretty sure the other employees will be getting back soon. So, while I do apologize, I think I will have to end it here. I don't quite have a lot of time, and I do have to clean the place, so I do apologize for ending right after a loss. That is unfortunate, but I do have to clean the place, so we will have to end it here. So I do hope that there's no bad feelings. I promise you I did not do this on purpose. I did not choose to end the game right after you lost your bets back to me. But I will have to end the game. But actually, you know what? Here. I wasn't gonna originally do this, but here. You can have the money back, okay? You can have back the money that you lost. I know that this is your vacation, and it's your first time at this casino, so I wouldn't want your first experience to be a bad one, especially not on the last day of your vacation, and I don't need the money too badly. Plus, I'm sure if we continued to play more games, you probably would have earned that money back and more, but unfortunately I do have to clean, as I've pushed it off for too long already, so I will return your money back, okay? Here, I insist. It's no bother, after all. I think the fun you provided me with this small little game of blackjack is more than enough for me. I didn't need the money. I just needed something to distract me from the boredom and distract me from the fact that I'm gonna have to go clean this entire casino in a little bit, but I think this was a fun time. I believe this was a fun time, so to keep it as a fun memory, I would like to give you the money back. So here, take it. I insist, and I do hope you had a fun time, just as I did. And perhaps if you're back was amazing.